I got them on. It looked pretty good, but I mounted the hinge. When I mounted the hinge, I think I put the door a little too close to the actual frame of the thing, because it kind of starts to pinch right there, and I have to give it I gotta push it and give it a little extra oomph in order for it to stay in there. But it's fine for right now. I'll work the tweaks out later. But first door and first compartment is pretty much absolutely complete now. Pretty happy. So now just got to do the last two doors, and this old boy will be complete. Have the whole rabbit hutch done now. The rest of that I have to do is just mostly cosmetic. As you can see, I'm starting to add these boards over top of the 2x4s in order to keep that rustic look going throughout the entire hutch. But after 2 weeks of working on it, I got a little curious of, hey, how much does this thing actually weigh? And I was quickly put in my place. I found that this was probably about 300 pounds. So I went to Lowe's and I bought these wheels, and I'm hoping they will work. I'm about to find out. Put the wheels on one side, and I put these handles on the other, and I'm gonna move it just like most people move their grills. Just lift this one side up and guide it from the rear. So we'll see how that works. I'm gonna go ahead and move it back here. I just cleared the area out. That's where I had all my rabbit stuff at before anyway. Just cleared it all out, and I'm gonna put it the left side, the far side, right up against the pin and everything right there. It's extend this way. So this is where it's gonna be at, and then I'll still have this cage. I'm gonna use this one, and it's gonna be that's gonna be eventually where I put my stud at, my buck. And then I'm going to keep all the white females individually in each one of those compartments on that one. And then this one is, once I've weaned the babies, this is where they'll sit until they become of size. And I'll probably have to add an extra cage for that too. But this is where I'm going to use them for right now. So no, that failed horribly. There's too much weight on these wheels, and the bolt in which sticks into there is not going far enough. And ended up, wiggling its way out. I also drilled a hole slightly too big for that bolt, so it helped it wiggle out. So that's not going to work. I'm going to need to get a bigger wheel in general, because those things that can't really take the weight. That, and I need to reinforce those legs probably. So I'm kind of scared they might break. But I guess we'll find out now, won't we? Going ahead, and I took and tapped a hole in there in the bottom of the leg. Ran this bolt through the wheel I bought just now at Tractor Supply. Put a washer on the other side, went through the wood, went on out to the other side, and then I put a washer and a nut. I'm going to tighten it down relatively as much as I can, and I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. The other wheels obviously were way too small. These are a lot bigger. They'll definitely do what I need to do, and I'll be able to move this thing a lot easier in the future too, when I go to maintain the ground underneath it. Clean out the defecation and the leftover food that's falling down, and also the hay and whatnot. So see how that goes. But that's an update on what I'm doing right now with the wheels. All right, so it's working. It's also working me to death. Definitely not in that high school wrestling shape, but it's moving it. So if I just carried it another couple miles, I could definitely be in Olympian style shape. But it's doing the job, so that's all that matters. Maybe in the future, so I wouldn't do really so much lifting, just more pushing, I might put wheels on the front or underneath of these that rotate 360 degrees. So all I do is really pull it, not so much lift and pull. That would cut down a lot, but otherwise it's working pretty good. So I'll show you all next once it's in place. Almost in place. I just gotta pull it in a little more and get it tight to that back wall. So it's got a little tight room to get it worked in there, but should be able to get it. Got it in place. Not too bad. I got a lot of shade in there. I might adjust a little bit. Just want to get it as tight in there as I can. Waste no space. But otherwise I'm pretty happy with it. So looking pretty good. Not too shabby. All I gotta do is finish making the front look all rustic, And I'll do that slowly over time, next week or so, after I get off work, before I go, whatnot. So, but I would count this as a nice, extremely heavy success. So I'll do an update video on how this whole thing looks in the end, in the very end, and that, and how the little babies are doing in about a week or two. So stay tuned.